From Overwatch to Pokemon, my friend slash guest today is known for being amazing, lovely, and very welcoming. He is super down to earth and friendly. In this episode, we're going to talk about his channel, gaming, and more. So please welcome Javi, aka gaymerpapi, to tonight's episode.
Hi, Blue.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure is mine. I'm excited to have you, to be honest.
I'm excited to be here.
You're one of the people I really enjoy watching. I really enjoy supporting because gaymerpapi has been like very supportive. I love just either having him in the background. Sometimes I maybe don't feel like saying anything or just listening in. Sometimes I drop a lurk or chat. It's always a fun chill time, even during like the intense Overwatch sweaty matches. So it's always fun. First thing I ask every segment, even though I asked you this before we started recording, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Today's a rainy day in New York, so it's very lazy. I get to work from home. I get very cozy. So I think that's my mood. I'm just very cozy today.
As every day should be.
Right, I agree.
So let's go down memory lane. Can you tell us about how you discovered Twitch, how you decided to become a streamer, and also a little bit about the channel, please?
Of course. How did I find Twitch? Honestly, it came from Overwatch, which is probably the primary game that I play on my channel. I used to just play a lot of Overwatch. I would see a lot of people, I think, on Twitter, like posting clips and talking about their Twitch. I also just kind of followed the game and its updates, and as it grew and when it created its league, I wanted to see the professional players kind of playing, and all of that was happening on Twitch. So Overwatch led me here, and I think for the longest time I was supporting a lot of the bigger streamers on Twitch. I was just wanting to learn kind of like cool advice from the pro players in Overwatch, and I was a console player at the time. One of my biggest goals in Overwatch was to like hit masters, and I was actually able to do that with the help of like watching all these Twitch tips and stuff. So that was really, really, really fun.
Yeah, and how long ago did you like join Twitch, if you remember?
My first account, probably 2016, 2015.
Wow, okay.
But I never actually interacted with anyone on Twitch. I just came on to watch. That's all I did.
Yeah.
For the longest time. It wasn't until 2 years ago, so the end of 2023, where I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go try to be a streamer. It's something that I had always liked the idea of in around 2018, 2019, after being some time on Twitch and watching the professional players. I mean, I played Overwatch a majority of my days for the past few years. So I was like, hey, I'm playing anyways. It'd be really cool to stream and like get to know other people. But because I was a console player, I was so limited, and I didn't really enjoy the way of streaming through a console. It just didn't feel comfortable.
Since we mentioned Overwatch, I know for sure that Overwatch 1 was different from Overwatch 2. To those who don't have any idea what the game is about, what changed first of all from the first one to the second one, and what do you think should have stayed in your opinion, and what do you think should have been removed from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2?
So this is actually it's a funny and a tricky question. The reason is because Overwatch 1, it's changed from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. There wasn't a big change. There actually was a big kind of like rebellion, let's say, in the Overwatch community around calling it Overwatch 2. Originally, the change was supposed to be that they were going to create a PvE aspect to the game. That ended up falling through. I think there was a lot of like, just company issues that they were having. And instead of adding PvE, all they did was kind of like restructure what the game looked like and the UI a little bit. That was really all the update was. So what's missing? Probably the PvE that a lot of people were really wanting, and I think that's actually one of the biggest things that started bringing Overwatch down
Yeah.
as a game and brought Marvel Rivals, and you got this whole competition. But yeah, there wasn't too much of a change between the game there.
Yeah, I know that they probably like deleted Overwatch 1, like it doesn't exist anymore. And
Yeah.
did they migrate the accounts and whatever you owned, like
They
skins and
did.
everything? Okay.
Yeah, luckily everything that I had purchased, and that's the other thing. I think Overwatch 1, there was a lot of free content that came with that game, so I didn't pay personally. I didn't pay any money, and I got so much cosmetics out of the first game. Where now Overwatch 2, it's a lot of like pay for the cosmetics, pay for a battle pass, which
Yeah.
I'm sure people don't enjoy. But I understand, companies need to make a profit somewhere. So.
Yeah. That's a funny question now that I'm gonna ask, but how do you feel about people calling Overwatch 2 and probably Marvel Rivals Gunner games?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's funny because Overwatch wasn't for the longest time, and I remember that there was a lot of like kind of like backlash on social medias for people who like would make Overwatch kind of very Goonerish. And so the game in Overwatch itself, I think the development team steered away from a lot of this sexualizing of the characters. Where like once Marvel Rivals started to do it, I think Overwatch was like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't care too much. And that's where we started getting some of the more shirtless characters we've been getting recently. How do I feel about it? I mean, I think the world is a strange place, and I don't judge anyone who does it, but also, like there's gonna be people who goon over the most random things. It's not my place really. So
Yeah. So do you remember what was the first game you ever streamed?
it was Overwatch. It was definitely
Obviously.
actually, yeah, it was Overwatch. I knew coming into Twitch that I wanted to be not big in the Overwatch space, but like I wanted to make my channel primarily Overwatch related. So
Have you
it's the game that I know the best.
Have you played Marvel Rivals as well?
I have. I definitely went in and enjoyed it. Funny enough, to be very honest with you, I went into it thinking like, oh, this might be a really cool opportunity to get new viewers, build the community. And I very quickly learned like, actually, it's not a game that I enjoy. I'm not gonna build anything off of something that I'm not personally enjoying myself. So that was a nice learning experience, and it was really rough because I think a lot of people were tough about the whole Overwatch being dead and dying as a game, and a lot of people would come into my chat and being like, "Oh, you're playing this dead game," and I was like, "Dang, let me just enjoy what I enjoy." But yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Overwatch being dead, and I myself was surprised, like probably earlier this year, to see people still playing that, and I was like, okay, my Twitch was basically mostly Overwatch 2, and now it's all Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I mean, I think Overwatch needed competition in any field or industry, right? It's healthy for not only the people who are creating and trying to be innovative with what they're doing, but the consumers. There needs to be a balance there, and I think for a long time, and even now, like Overwatch still has a big chunk of that, but they're finally starting to realize that they can't get too comfortable, and I appreciate that. So
Yeah. Can you tell me about where the username gaymerpapi came from, and if there's any backstory behind it?
there's not too much of a backstory on it. To be honest with you, my first Twitch user account was Zyclops, and that probably has a bigger backstory than gaymerpapi does. Gaymerpapi was me knowing that I was a gamer, Gaymer, thought it was funny, and papi because I'm Colombian. I very much am very proud to be Latino, and I think coming onto Twitch, I knew that I wanted to represent Latinos in a way, and how much more impactful than my name being what kind of creates that brand there. So yeah.
Since you mentioned Cyclops, feel free to tell me if you want what's the story behind that.
Yeah, sorry, my dog was just barking. I want to make sure she's good.
No worries.
In terms of Cyclops, so I was really into Mario Kart when the Wii was out. So I created the username Cyclops because I loved the X-Men character. Mind you, I wasn't like a big X-Men fan. I just thought the character was really cool. So I was kind of going around the Mario Kart Wii forums that were online at that time as Cyclops. That eventually evolved into Cyclops, but in that Mario Kart community, I would say I was pretty well known at the time, and it just kind of stuck. And so I started going around in other games as that username. But I was surprised that I didn't continue with that name on Twitch. For a second, I really thought I was going to use it.
What else do you play besides? I know that you play a lot of other games, like when you don't feel like playing Overwatch, for example, you're recently addicted to Pokemon, so am I. But like, what other games do you play?
Yeah, so I knew that Overwatch wasn't everything that I wanted to do. So I did put a big emphasis on Nintendo games. I just, growing up in the nostalgia of it, having it be something that's not too stressful. If I'm already playing Overwatch, that's overwhelming as it is. I wanted to have other options where it could be a little bit challenging, but it was fun. It was nostalgic. People could relate if they were playing the games in the past as well. So there was that. And then, of course, my first year on Twitch, October hit, and I gave a try to Silent Hill 2. That was a fantastic game. I gave some of the Resident Evils a go, and I absolutely loved it. So I will say I really, really appreciate Twitch because it's brought me out of my comfort zone, even with gaming. I mean, in several ways, but even just as a gamer, I was so addicted to Overwatch from like 2017 up until I started Twitch. So I've experienced more games because of this journey, which is great.
Yeah. Okay. How did you decide on or actually, I know that you just mentioned it, but delving into horror, did you grow up playing horror games, and how did you decide, okay, I'm gonna give it a try? Like what popped into your mind that day?
I didn't actually grow up playing horror games. So when I play them, I kind of feel at a loss a lot of times because I've come to realize that a lot of horror games are actually puzzle games. So there's a lot of thinking that goes into it, but I do love puzzles. I was very into my academics, so I love being challenged. I think what gave me the confidence to try it out was more so I'm a horror fan. I just love horror movies, horror culture, kind of like the myths of stuff. So I was very open to trying it. If I got scared, I'd get scared, but I also thought it'd just be fun to have other people, if I did get scared, watch me get scared. Like it's a nice little moment,
I've been there myself with many horror games, but I try to keep it chill, even though people try to scare me a lot on Tangia.
Yeah.
I do scream sometimes, but I'm not one to rage or scream loudly every 5 seconds. It just happens every so often. But last night when I was watching you mentioned dancing. What's your favorite type of dancing that you enjoy the most?
I am so happy my parents raised me they forced me to learn Latin dancing. So one of the things that I love to dance to the most is salsa. If you put salsa on, I just get so nostalgic with family parties, and it's such a good time. The music is really great. It's just really great memories. Plus, the dance itself is creative. You have your basic, 4-step count. Once you figure out that 4-step count, you can do whatever you want and have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. So 2026 is around the corner. Do you have any plans for it, at least for the beginning of it?
2026 and the beginning of it. So I do a biannual Overwatch tournament. This was the first year that I actually started it. We had our first one in February this year, and then our second one happened at the end of September. And they went really well. It was something that I didn't expect I could ever do on Twitch. But I think it was a nice kind of reminder of the work that I put into the community that I'm trying to build and the people that I'm trying to get to know and network with. So I definitely could have done that without them, but that's happening at the start of this 2026, and I'm actually planning to make it a charity tournament this time around.
That's very cool. That's very cool. So let's talk about the channel rules. Uh, what are your limits regarding your streams? Like, for example, what would kind of, let's say, piss you off a bit? What's the big no-no? What's allowed? What isn't in chat?
I think I have good boundaries when it comes to how I allow people to speak to others in chat. I think it is hard to balance when there is a bit of shade. In the gay culture, there's gonna be some moments where people are gonna be a little spicy, and it's not always malintended. But I think also just being kind of aware of time and place, who you know, and like, are you really close to that person? So are there hard rules? No. Do I call people out if I see that it's getting too far? Yes, and that's just kind of something that
That's normal.
people have to be okay with.
Mhm.
You have to be okay with being called out. If I can't call you out, I can't call you a friend, right?
Of course.
So if you're going to be in my community, you have to understand where I'm coming from, where other people might be coming from, how
Yeah.
people might perceive it.
Read the room, basically. Yeah.
Mhm. And then I've always mentioned it, like whenever people raid into my channel, I'll always say everyone here is really, really nice. And if they're not, let me know. And it sounds like a joke, but I'm being very honest. If there's anyone that's ever giving you any trouble, I don't care how close you think they are to me, like I'm the person to speak up. Like I will
Yeah.
let them know, hey, there's tension here, or this is coming across the wrong way. And I think from there, I'm someone who leans a lot into my vulnerability. I love having conversation. I'm always open to conversation.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I learned as well, growing up, that I always have to also consider no as an answer. That didn't get in my way. Maybe like, let's say 5% of the time it did, but I don't let it consume me. But I side with what you said. If you can take no for an answer, are you even considered a friend? If you cannot take no for an answer, are you even considered a friend? Because communication is key, always.
hmm And again, I think that, there's a difference when it's like,
Yeah.
we're on my channel. I'm sorry, and I hate to make
Yeah.
it sound like it's a not a community thing, but also at the same time, if I'm not comfortable, like then nobody's gonna probably be comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a very awkward stream, right? So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I lean into.
Yeah, mostly I tell, if I see any drama that's gonna happen, if I know the person personally, I message them on Discord and I say, hey, please take it to Discord. Or if I don't know them, I would be like, either take it to Whispers or you get timed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like, it's also about having a conversation with my mods as well, right? I can't do things alone. I'm not like a big streamer and I don't have too many mods and everyone's busy, but the one thing that they know that I really want is just to be welcoming. Like, be yourself, but also be welcoming. Like, I think setting that kind of bar at the minimum helps kind of other people do the same. So like when someone's new,
Yeah.
welcoming them in. When a raid comes in, welcoming everybody in. Not kind of just like talking over people.
Oh yeah, yeah. So final question in this segment, to the new people out there who are listening, who are maybe considering streaming or have just started, what's one advice you want to give them?
I think the one thing that I've learned the most is you'll probably never have the perfect stream, so you kind of just need to do it. I think there's a lot of growth that will come in just doing things. I had the funnest time when I first started stream because everything was just a learning opportunity. How to set up overlays, how to set up OBS. It sounds like a chore sometimes, but if it's something you really want and this is something you want to build and you kind of want to create something for yourself, make it into a good time. And then just be okay with it not being perfect.
Yeah.
And that's hard because I think we all take our channels and our streams kind of like our babies, and we want it to be, but I think people are also there for the journey, and that's what I'm always here for everyone's journey that I'm supporting right now. Like I can't wait to see everybody's growth because I know it'll happen, especially if they're putting in the work, and I see so many people put in that work. So yeah, just keep doing it.
Also, one thing, if I've heard a lot of people say like they feel kind of anxious if they have one-digit viewers or maybe one viewer. They don't feel like talking or they get anxious talking. I will add to that, like talk, narrate, just talk to yourself, even if you have nobody watching. Just engage. That at some point brought people into my channel when I was doing console only, and other than that, networking helped me, of course, but don't always rely on networking. Put in the work you want, and tech issues or like stream issues are always a thing. It's never a stream without them. So don't panic, don't worry. One thing that's only bothering me is having to, with OBS, is having to watch my bitrate as I go live, because I go to settings and then scroll to network or something, or advanced, and then I put the dynamic bitrate. I turn it on, I go live. If it goes to the red, I immediately end, and then I turn it back off and then back on. Like it, I don't know why it does that or why OBS likes doing that. It's happening to a lot of people, not only me. But once I feel it's stable, I just carry on. Instead of having to end like mid-stream or 1 hour in, because one time I just slept on it, kept it going. There was stutter in my streams, and I ended up with like a minute of delay, and that kind of like bothered me.
Can I be honest? What brought me the most anxious on stream? Those people that like you didn't know, kind of like they. Sorry. The thing that brought me the most anxiety on stream would probably be like being bot rated and like bot followed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just remember it like being something that one would affect your following count, and it kind of affected your journey and how you saw the growth there. But also I just remember you feeling like you don't have control over your stream. So if you don't do it, if you haven't done it yet, or if you're planning to stream and don't have too many moderators, please get Seribot.
Seribot.
I stand by Seribot. I think that is the best tip anyone could ever have before they start a stream.
Yeah.
Find out, look up Seribot and have that in your channel if you're streaming, please.
Oh yeah, on the get-go, because that's also weird. One of the people I used to watch didn't have Seribot. He got kind of felt kind of iffy from the follows. Once he turned Seribot on or added it to his channel, he got like more bot trades and bot follows, and I don't know why that happened, but always a safe option. Yeah. Okay. This is the end of segment 1. We're gonna go to segment 2, which is the lightning round or general questions. Feel free to answer briefly. Feel free to give a vague answer. I don't mind. Do you mind telling me and the listeners what's your daily routine?
Usually it's wake up, start my morning routine, so brush my teeth, have my coffee, very important. I probably can't function without my coffee. And honestly, I live a lot on my computer, so it's like turn on the computer, pull up some streams, say good morning to friends, the Discord, and then it's also getting ready for work. So I work from home. I feel very blessed to have that opportunity. But so I need to be very mindful of like, not just my daily routine, but my weekly routine of going to the gym, doing things for myself. I think that's more important because my daily routine feels very repetitive working from home. But yeah, mostly just like I order food a lot. There's no time throughout the day, it feels like, for me sometimes to cook. I'm not a great cook. I wish I could. And then spending time with my partner, probably at night. We always love a good ritual of watching either Real Housewives or watching some like Bob's Burgers at the end of the night, just kind of to relax and enjoy.
Yeah. If you were to be any object or creature, that creature being real or fictional, what would you be and why?
Oh, can I be a Cyndaquil? That is my
Yeah.
favorite Pokemon,
Yeah.
and I think he's the most adorable thing ever. Yes, if I could be a Cyndaquil, no major justification other than I love Pokemon, and that's my number one.
That's understandable. If you could stay one age forever, what age would you be?
Ooh. So I've only had 30 years, so I'll only speak to the 30 years. th- that's a really hard question. Can I be honest? Like, I would be
Yeah.
happy to stay at 30. I'm really enjoying my 30s, right? My first year of 30 officially. I feel like my 20s were really chaotic, very emotional. So was some of my growing up. You know, I grew up in like an immigrant household. There was a lot of fear, but also a lot of uncertainty. Being, you know, gay, coming out was a lot of stress. I came out very young, which was great, but you know, it brought about a lot of experiences that were hard
Yeah.
as well. So I'm just happy. I'm 30. You know, I have a partner that I love. I have my apartment, my space. I feel safe and comfortable. I feel stable. I'm working on Twitch, something that I'm very passionate about. I'm very, very happy right now in this stage of my life.
That's good. That's good. I would rather go back to my like early 20s because opposite to you, my 30s are a mess.
See, my 20s were just like, they were messy, but like, they also didn't feel fully like me. So I can't say that like I missed that version of myself. It was a fun time, but I don't know if that was me. So
Yeah, fair enough. Um, what's your biggest pet peeve?
biggest pet peeve. Um, I think if people don't have patience.
Hmm.
I think, and I think it's just because I have a lot of it, and so it's a little unfair. But I think I just always try to like seek to understand people, and I really like do my best to do what I can. And if people aren't patient with me, I'm not perfect, you know. So I just feel I don't like letting people down. So if you're not a little patient with me and I let you down, it's tough. But it also
That's
frustrates me because I'm like I would have the patience with you, you know.
that's fair. Yeah, mine would be. Actually, I'm gonna combine two things. I'm gonna say
Mhm.
two of them. First is lying out of place. I don't mind white lies. Like
Mm.
sometimes you have to lie to get out of a certain situation. Like a person you find annoying, for example, you don't want to be rude to them, so you tell them lies or white lies,
Mhm.
or like to get out of, as I said, a certain situation, and then basing judgment out of
Mhm.
people's behavior on what they did somewhere else to someone else. That's not their business, like meddling in other people's business and then harming
Yeah.
that person. Yeah, I hate those two.
Yeah, like making judgments without having experience with that person yourself, or judging it based on your experience. That's fair.
Yeah, or taking
Yeah, okay, that's
action,
frustrating.
to protect yourself, for example, even though that person hasn't like done anything to you personally, for example.
Hmm.
Yeah. What's one thing or person you cannot live without?
But I have two.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot, but definitely my partner and my puppy Shay. You know, they're my world right now. They're my bubble here at home. It's funny because I've been super busy at work and with Twitch, but my partner has also started picking momentum up at his work, so he's super busy. That we haven't seen each other as much, and it's really starting to make me feel like, wow, we were so lucky, especially you know when he didn't have as many responsibilities, so there was more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't live without them. And then I just spend all day with the puppy now, so I can't live without her for like literally. She's here all the time.
What breed is she, by the way?
She's a Maltipoo. She's like 3.5 years old. She'll be 4 next year,
What breed?
I think. A Maltipoo. So
Oh.
Maltese and Poodle combined.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mixed breed.
That's very interesting. Um, so what would you do with $1 million?
What would I do with $1 million? Not tell anyone that I have $1 million, first of all. Honestly, probably give my mom and my dad whatever they needed first. Probably home, retirement for them, and then I'd probably still have a little left over for myself. Definitely gonna take care of myself a little bit. The rest of it, though, that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I wouldn't use some of it for myself, but I do. There is a lot of pressure in even thinking about like what would I use the rest of the money for. I don't think I would hold on to it. Like, not all of it. Um, that's a loaded question when you really think about it. Now that I'm like, whoa, what else do I do with the rest of it?
I mean, I could give you my examples if you want, and maybe you go from there. Like, for example,
Yeah.
I would, first thing, I would split it in half. First half, I would spend it on the people I like, my parents, take my mom around the world, because she's mentioned a lot that she would love to travel more, because she sacrificed whatever the last like 20 years of her life to get me a better life, and that got her tired at some point, and I want to like give back to her, giving that I come from like a lower middle class family, where like money is scarce. I will say that I don't have a dime or a dollar to my name, but I do have savings, but not that much, honestly, like triple digit savings so far, because at some point our bank just froze our assets here and everything went to shit, and I don't trust banks, so I had to withdraw everything when they let us do that, and I don't have anything in the bank. I don't trust banks, so yeah. And then I would just get stuff for myself, probably give people like 10,000 bits here and there, just to see their faces, and the other half I would just hide it somewhere.
Hide it somewhere.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would probably set up some sort of charity. I think I would set up some sort of charity. But I don't know. Like,
Yeah, what would the
I
charity
think I
be
I
about? Actually, like,
I would need to look into it, but I would love to see maybe if there's a way of like supporting Latin students in esports. Like, maybe that's something really cool, because I would have loved that opportunity as a kid, but that wasn't a thing. And now esports is so normalized in college.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I would love to support that. Maybe some sort of scholarship in that sense.
that would be a great thing. Okay, um, what's your comfort off-stream game?
Right now it's Pokemon, and if it's not, I'm usually playing Overwatch anyways. I will say right now, I've never been the biggest like cozy gamer, even though I love being cozy. But gaming wise, I need a lot of like action.
Mm.
So people who love like Minecraft or Stardew Valley, I can't. I have not yet been able to get into it. Maybe at one point I will. But yeah, my off-stream cozy games are still Overwatch and Pokemon, and
Fair,
really Overwatch.
fair. Mine recently is Pokemon Legends ZA, but usually it's probably any simulator of any kind. Power Wash sometimes when I'm home. Maybe even like the old Pokemon games. I'm always trying to get shinies and always trying to capture stuff. And sometimes when I give up, my friend always pitches in and just trades with me, because he has a lot of shinies over the years. He even has some from old games, like very old games that he moved to Pokemon Bank and he transfers over. Yeah.
I will say I've never played any of the simulator games. Like I've played Minecraft, I've seen Atomic do Stardew, but like I've never tried any of the simulator games. I did want to try the TCG simulator, but
Trading
with
card
the
games.
Pokemon mod that they had at one point, or the Yu-Gi-Oh mod they had. That would have been really fun. I wanted
Yeah.
to try that out, but I
There,
didn't get the chance.
there's also like I think Cobblemon or something for Minecraft where yeah, like,
Yes,
yeah. Have you tried or do you want to try this at some point?
I would try it. Yeah, the Cobblemon.
I think there's two. There's Cobblemon and there's something else as well.
Is it like Pixelmon maybe?
Pixelmon maybe, yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, because randomly I was like hanging out with a friend on a voice call one time, and at some point she was like, "Come here, you little bitch," and I was like, "What's going on?" She's like, "I'm trying to catch that Shelgon in a cave." I'm like, "What? What are you playing a Nintendo game on PC? What emulator?" She's like, "No, I'm playing my Pokemon on Minecraft," and that's how I learned that there's like more than I think more than Cobblemon. Because I know Cobblemon, I think Cobblemon is not that expansive, or maybe the opposite, one of them. Okay. What's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides games?
Oh my god, food. I can't cook. It's so bad. It really is so bad. It's the one thing that I've been trying to be better at for the past few years. I haven't had too much success, but I will. I believe it. I'm 30 now. I'm a new person basically, so, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. The following are is a three-part question. The first part is, what's one of your all-time favorite songs?
All-time favorite songs. I would probably say I'm a big Nicki fan. I've always loved her since the start, but I have I hold a nice place in my heart for Super Bass, especially after my first year of streaming, because it was kind of like the go-to song. I used to have a little redeem where I'd, for 10,000 points or something, I'd put on a pink wig, do a Nicki verse, and most people just wanted me to do Super Bass. So I'll go with Super Bass.
I loved her EDM era. I think back in Pink Friday, back in Pink Friday in 2012, where she did Starships, Va Va Voom, Pound the Alarm, and those, when she had David Guetta by her side.
Yeah, Va Va Voom was so underrated. It's so good.
Yeah, I love that era. What really made me love Nicki and respect her artistry even more was the Pink Print. I am not into rap. I am not into that genre of music. All Things Go made me cry.
Same.
I love Marilyn Monroe, by the way, the song. We play it at the radio, funny enough. I love when she sings more than when she raps. Because I know that woman is talented. She's fucking talented. She needs to do something with her voice. And in my opinion, I'm not hating, I'm just stating facts or my opinion. But she needs to really put out at least an EP of her just singing, not only rapping. Showcase. I know that she has a wide vocal range, and I know she can hit high notes. She needs to showcase that more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what her vocal capability is. I love when she sings on songs, but I think for me it's more just like, she has a very soothing voice. One of my favorite slower songs are "Regretting Your Tears." So if you haven't heard that one,
I haven't. Funny enough, let me check. I do have like a favorite Nicki Minaj playlist somewhere. Let me just.
Oh my god, yes, send it to me.
Get that up. It's on another app. It's like our own Spotify. It's on Anrami. Nicki. I love how she used her high notes on Swish Swish, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she started singing, she started rapping, and then she said something, I don't even despise you. So like she went high notes. Actually, my favorite song of hers is Come See About Me.
Another great one. Underrated again. Not very well known.
Yeah.
Good choices.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Like my top 5 in the playlist are The Night Is Still Young,
Mm.
Marilyn Monroe, Come See About Me, All Things Go, Hey Mama, Like My Body Up, Bed of Lies, Super Bass, Turn Me On, Pound the Alarm. Even the 50 Shades song, Bomb Biddy Bomb, is there.
Yes, yes, I like that was fun. That
Yeah,
was fun.
yeah. Okay. My favorite song, like of all time, would be a post-punk song by a post-punk band called White Lies. The song is called Tokyo. Yeah,
You want to? I wish I would. You should send me the group. I love expanding my
I will.
music. It's hard for me to find new music. My partner is always on like what is it called? Like the New Music Fridays. So whenever music comes out, he is on it. He's looking for not only like the bigger artists, but just kind of like the smaller indie artists he wants to get to know.
Yeah.
I love when
they're a UK-based band. I recently discovered them for a period of time. My favorite song was Midnight City by M83. It's a French band, but the song was included. I was looking for the song for a while, and I heard it in GTA 5, and I'm like, oh my god, what's the song called? I've been looking for it, and I don't know what happened. Like earlier, probably this year, Spotify just graded out from my area. I can't hear it anywhere. It's not on Rami. I can only have access to it on YouTube, which kind of made me sad. I don't know why, like the region restriction happened, but I know that the band is French.
Yeah, you feel free to send me these. I'm always happy to listen to new music.
Yeah. One album I highly recommend you listen to, I don't know if you've heard it yet, Demi Lovato's new album, It's Not That Deep. This woman, I've loved her ever since Disney times. I freaking love her music. Even when she lost her mind, as after what I called it, like last album when she went holy fuck, when she went like metal, she put a playlist. She's like R.I.P. to my pop music, and I was like, oh no, is she gonna delete them? But this album is an EDM banger album. She needs a Grammy.
I absolutely love this album too. And also like let's talk about vocalists, like her voice, incredible.
Yeah. She's like right next to my top 3. Obviously Rihanna. I have a tattoo of her, like the anchor, like the Rihanna Navy thing on my right arm, like the anchor with the letter R on top. For
I didn't know that.
Rihanna Navy Army, yeah, because I've been certified. Because fun story, I actually spoke to her over Twitter back like in 2016 or 2015, when we were like a group of Lebanese Rihanna Navy. We wanted to go and like one of our friends won tickets to her Dubai concert, and we were preparing stuff for them, and I was struggling to like probably come out at the time, and out of the blue I just vented to her. I was not expecting her to answer me. Like I'm feeling anxious, and like kind of your music is kind of there for me for a while. I did the same with Kelly Clarkson. Kelly didn't reply, but I know that she saw it. But Rihanna replied, and she said, "You got this, boo. I never forgot this."
Aww.
I told her
Wow.
like, "Hey, I'm having trouble coming out, and I sought like refuge in your music, and your music helped me out a lot, and please stay amazing." I even showed her the tattoo. I attached the image of the tattoo with it. I'm like, I recently got this. She said, you got this, babe. And that's basically, I've loved her since 2006. And then there's, of course, Kelly Clarkson and Demi Lovato. Those 3 artists I care the most about.
Great picks, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Second part of the question is, what's one of your all-time favorite movies?
Princess Mononoke.
Never heard of it.
And it's a Studio Ghibli film. And it was probably the first like Japanese movie anime that I watched. I was taking Japanese classes in like 6th grade. It was just a nice movie for us to kind of watch all together. but I don't know why it stuck with me so much, the animation specifically, and I don't know why after that movie I just started to dive deeper into like Japanese culture, and that's
Mm,
when I started looking into anime and all these like even like the Capcom and just video games in general were so present in Japanese culture, and
yeah,
it was so embraced. So yeah, I think Princess Mononoke really helped shape a little bit of who I am. I even have her tattooed on my arm, actually.
nice, nice. I actually don't have a specific favorite movie, so I fluctuate between some of these movies, like Acrimony. Acrimony is starts off as a very slow build-up drama until like the final scenes of the movie where it turns into a psychedelic psychological thriller at the
Mm.
end. I never expected this from Tyler Perry, the guy who brought us Medea.
I've never heard of that one. What is it called?
Acrimony. Acrimony.
Acrimony. Okay.
I highly recommend this. It might bore you out during some parts, but please watch it till the end. It's so good. It stars Taraji P. Henson. That woman is talented, super talented.
I wrote it down.
I really love African American culture.
Mm.
And then there's the other movie called, also with an African American actress, Viola Davis. The movie is called Lila and Eve.
Oh yes, yes.
Sadly, it has Jennifer Lopez in it.
Oh my God! Stop! My partner is a J-Lo enjoyer.
Lila and Eve. I highly recommend. All I'm gonna say is there's a big plot twist at the end. It's about a grieving mother who loses her son at a like shootout, and
Oh.
she tries to take revenge, backed up by the character that's played by Jennifer Lopez. And I'm not gonna say the plot twist at the end. Please tell your partner about it. You're gonna love it. I don't like action or like movies like that, but this movie was different.
Okay.
All right.
If it has J-Lo in it, I'm sure he'll be happy to watch it.
Yeah, I know, because I think we spoke about either on your channel or somewhere else about like the recent J-Lo controversy, like where she didn't want to greet a fan or take a picture with a fan.
Oh no, I don't think it was mine.
Okay, yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. The third part of the question is, what's one of your all-time favorite TV shows or series?
TV shows. Probably again back to anime. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I loved that anime.
I love the OG one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I've watched. I never finished the OG one, but I did start it. I think that Brotherhood, it went into a little bit more detail, didn't it?
I don't
Yeah.
know if it went into more details, but two of my favorite animes are obviously Pokemon, but on top of that is Full Metal Alchemist, the OG one. I tried getting into Brotherhood. I found the animation a bit too exaggerated and too cartoony for me, or too different, because at some point we had a French channel that broadcasted Canal Plus, and I used to watch it growing up as a teenager. And every time I watch it, my mom would would be passing, going to her room. She would see the violent images, and she's like, "What the hell are you watching?" I'm like, she's like, I'm like, I enjoy that. I like that. And ever since it stuck with me, I can't watch it if it's not French, honestly.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. This is one of my favorite questions. If your life was ever to be a video game or a song, what would it be named and why?
Mm. A video game or a song? Does it have to be mixed in with like a real life video game or a real life song?
Like your life just made into a video game. Doesn't have to be I just want the title. Doesn't have to be like a real life song. It can be like a new song that they made, like, or they tell the story of your life in it.
this is where I feel like I'm the, the like least creative.
Feel free to
We-
skip if you'd like. I don't mind.
yeah, we could skip. Maybe I'll think about it a little bit more if there's
Okay.
anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had the chance to switch lives with one celebrity from today for just one day, who would you pick and why?
One celebrity now. Hi. This probably makes me so much of a barb. I want to be Nikki for a day.
Fair enough.
I want to see what she does.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I feel like we know a lot about her. We've seen her so much on like pop culture, but we don't really know
What
her
goes in the
private
background.
life. Yeah. And it seems like there's a lot of just crazy stuff happening. I don't know if you've ever seen any of like the stuff that she gets into. I know that she's getting a lot of, eyes and stares and judgments because she keeps bringing up like Jay-Z and stuff, and it's very cryptic. But I'm so intrigued. I'm like, wait, what is it though? Like,
Is she talking
if
about
she's-
Jay-Z in a good way or in a bad way?
no, in a bad way.
Of course, she
Like,
might be dissing the Illuminati. I suppose.
Probably. So it seems like it's very cryptic. It seems like it's very much like
Yeah.
something that not many people would know about. So I'm just like, what's the
I
secret?
haven't heard of it yet. I just
Yeah.
have one thing like know your enemy or know your target. That's all I go based off of before I judge. Like know your enemy. That's what I title it. If I would look at that aspect from my point of view, like I had to get to know what the Illuminati are and those things before I judged it or before I went based anything off of it. So in case something weird happened, I would know what to do or I would know what to say at least.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, I would probably. Here's the funny part. For me, it's either Kim Kardashian or Taylor Swift.
The Kim, I'm not the biggest fan of Kim, but that I would, she has just such an elaborate life. It is very
Yeah.
interesting.
For 3 reasons. Kim, for 3 reasons. First reason is I want to smuggle some money from her to my family and sign an NDA, like actually an NRA, non-refundable agreement. Second thing is I want to like see a day in her life, and I know that if this ever was to happen, my luck would take me on a day where nothing creative or nothing special would happen. I know myself. And the third reason is I'm going based off of a channel I watch that spoofs the Kardashian, the SMGM Productions. I want to just call her sister's names, like, come here, you bitch, come here, you slut, or something like that.
Oh my gosh,
I'll
they
send
they
you the
treat each
channel.
other like that, don't they?
I don't know, but I'll send you the channel.
know.
It's very hilarious.
I'm pretty sure. Didn't like Kim or no Courtney smack Kim once on TV?
Oh my god.
That was
I didn't
creepy.
watch that, but I'll send you the channel. They even spoof Nicki Minaj. They name her the Nicki Minaj. They use The Sims
Oh my
2 for
God.
that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then there's this episode or this video with Nicki and Lana trying to be creative, and they came up with like dumpster love yourself or like bitches are my children or bitches are my sons or something like that. Oh my
Yeah.
god. And basically, why Taylor Swift? Same thing. Like I want to just like know what goes on in the background, experience a little bit of her life. So yeah.
Yeah, I think these people just have they have such different worlds that they probably see the world in a very different way. You know?
Yeah. Okay. If you had one special superpower, what would it be and why? And how would you use it?
A little selfishly, but maybe I could use it for good too. But teleportation,
Same.
I just want to teleport places. I'm happy with that being my one power.
Same, honestly.
And how would I use it? I mean, I also hate flying, so it would reduce my anxiety if I ever needed to fly anywhere. But maybe I'd use it for good in some way if there was any way I could use it.
Yeah. Okay. What's
Again,
something?
such big questions on responsibility give me so much
Fair
anxiety.
enough.
I'm like, oh my god, what do I do?
Just don't worry about it. It's okay.
No, yeah.
Something you always wanted to learn, but you didn't find time for, or didn't get to learn.
Music. I When I was younger, my mom put me in guitar lessons. I only got to do it for like a month though, so I went once every week. But I had made really good progress. I remember I'd go to class and then I'd go home. I'd practice for the week, like over and over what I needed to practice. Come back to class, and we developed pretty quick. But we couldn't afford more, so my mom had to kind of end it after the month. And I just didn't find the, I guess, discipline to move forward with it myself, and I didn't know how to move forward with it myself. So I would have loved to have learned that, but just in general, like now I think about it, I'm like, I wish I knew the piano. I would love to play piano now.
Yeah, I mean, it's never too late, It's never too late.
Yeah, I mean, even Twitch, right? Like,
Mm,
I kind of have accepted that it's never too late. So,
yeah. Okay. Uh, when's the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone?
I do it pretty frequently. Um, my job is I'm a manager, so not everything in my role is something that I'm very fond of. So that includes presenting in front of like 300 people sometimes, creating projects and initiatives, having to speak to my boss who isn't just a manager, he's actually the director on top of being a manager. So there's a lot of uncomfort that comes at work, but I grew with this company, and I think one thing that they've always taught me is like you need to lean into being uncomfortable so that you have growth. And I'm an adamant believer of that.
Yeah. Okay, the next questions are food related. What's your favorite
Ooh.
drink of choice?
Diet Coke.
Fair enough. Weirdest food you've ever had?
Sea urchin.
Interesting. Okay.
Japan, when I went to Japan.
That explains. Mine is octopus or squid.
I've had snails and alligator.
Ugh.
Alligator in New Orleans and snails on a cruise.
Just don't tell Fair Alligator that, please. What's your favorite comfort food of all time?
My mom makes something called migado, which in Colombia is a specific hot chocolate done in a specific way with saltine crackers and mozzarella put in it. Sounds a little weird, but it's
Mm,
so good. So good.
okay. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your day, for the rest of your life, what would it be? And if there's variations, what would you do with it?
Um, One of two. Either, and it'd probably kill me, but sushi. I love sushi so
Oh,
much. But
me too.
even though I know you shouldn't have that much fish. But the other one again would be something that my mom makes. It's called sudado, but what it is basically rice, potatoes, any kind of protein, but it's cooked in like a soup, sort of.
Mm,
But not like it's not an actual soup. It's just kind of like broth on top. So it's really really good though. Just everything's nice and chewy and just melts in your mouth, honestly.
fair enough. The last question is, what's your favorite or a traditional food from your country of origin or the state you're in that you want to share with the world? For example, let's say a traditional Colombian meal you want to introduce to the world.
Ooh, yes. If you've never had an arepa, definitely try an arepa. They make them in Colombia. Basically, it's almost like a corn cake, but
Mhm.
they'll stuff it with any protein that you want. So you want chicken, steak, chicharron, which is like pork rinds, shrimps, and then they'll put like avocado, again, some cheese if you want in there with a nice pink sauce. So good.
Okay. All right. So you told me you came up with the song, right? With the
Yes, I
name.
decided the song title. It would be Papi Passion. There you go.
Mm. Mine would, if actually I've said that before, but I'll say it again. My life would probably either be turned into a movie or a video game. It would either be called dot dot dot, WTF or what now?
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the dot 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 WTF.
yeah. Okay, so we're gonna play one quick mini game. It's called Rename the Game. The goal of this mini game is simply just switching one word from the game title, if it has two or more words in it, with any given word. We'll take turns. For example, let's say the word is Discord, for example. I will start a timer and I would begin with Alan Discord, for example. You could look on Steam, whatever games you have. You would say, for example, Grand Theft Discord. Or Grand Theft Discord 3, for example. I can say Grand Theft Discord 5. We could say games from the same franchise, different installments, and so on, for example. Today's, it's all improvised, and we each have to think of a game name and modify it until the timer runs out, which is 2 minutes. Today's word is papi. So I will start the timer. I'll start with Age of Papi.
Okay, I would say Call of Papi.
Assassin's Creed Papi.
Papi Prince.
Okay. Papi Simulator 2.
Papi Company.
Pokemon Scarlet and Papi.
Once Papi.
Okay. Super Papi Card 64.
Silent Papi 2.
Fair. Silent Papi F.
Papi Adventure DX.
Tom Clancy's The Papi 1.
Papi Valley.
Dying Papi 3.
Papi Ring.
Batman Papi Asylum.
Inside the Papi.
Batman Papi Night.
Lockdown Papi.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Papi.
Papi on Stream.
Okay, Pokemon Legends Papi.
Dang. Oh, Papi Night.
Papi Rising.
Good one. Papi Gate 3.
Kingdom Papi 3.
Chained Papi.
Okay. Rainbow Six Papi.
Papi Rivals.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that. Fair. Stardew Papi.
Ooh, okay. Party Papi.
And that's all the time we have. You win. Basically, you said the last game.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
This was segment 3. Segment 4 is the mental health segment. Just a small disclaimer I give every episode, even though some episodes don't need that, but I've had a lot of like very heavy topics, ranging from suicide to self-harm to abduction and so on the podcast throughout the years. Mental health is not an easy subject to talk about. So I asked gaymerpapi what he wanted to talk about, and he said anxiety and how some medical concerns kind of sparked into depression, and how that all ties into his Twitch journey too. I'm not gonna talk. I'll let him do the talking, so feel free to start from A till Z, and I will be listening.
Yeah, I'll do this all as best as I can in terms of timeline. But basically, I've always kind of suffered from anxiety, from school, taking exams. I was the type of kid that maybe 3 hours before the exam, my whole body started to shiver, and not because I was cold. It was just all the anxiety I would have, and I assumed it was normal. I really felt like everyone kind of was going through that. Um, Fast moving forward, I understand now kind of what it is, and I have a better control over it. But it's still, I think I could do a better job of managing it for sure. Um, I would say after the pandemic, it was really tough because I was actually one of the few people who would get sick, not often, but and I did my best to stay home. I wasn't someone that was going out, but I would still have moments where I'd get pretty sick. And I remember in 2022 yeah, I believe it was like 2022. I got hit pretty bad with COVID, where for over a month I was I had lost my appetite. I wasn't eating for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. I wasn't able to go to work, and it really spiraled into kind of a depressive episode for myself. And I feel like I had suffered from it before, and this is me kind of self-diagnosing. I hadn't really went to go talk to anybody, but I could tell kind of the path it was heading. I wasn't going out. I was sleeping throughout the day. I was worrying about my health all the time. There was moments where I thought like, I'm really weak. I'm not gonna make it a few more. Like that's how it felt to me because I wasn't eating. I had lost so much weight. My partner had started to get really worried about just seeing where I was going mentally. And it also sparked some fear into, I think, my little sister. She was seeing that I wasn't myself, that I was starting to like overwhelm and overstress everything that was happening with my health. Because I just wasn't feeling right. I felt very sick and not myself. And, I think one of the things that obviously I would still love, I still think I need to take a lot of steps to manage my stress, my anxiety, look into, therapy and just making sure that I have a space to talk and not let a episode like that kind of build up again. But I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is how important having a community is. And like, it's not easy for everyone to build that, but if you can, and if you have people you trust and, holding on to those folks, it's really important. My sister ended up being the person who gifted me a capture card to actually start filming on Twitch, or not filming, going live on Twitch through my PlayStation, but being able to use OBS. And that's kind of where everything started. I feel like once I started streaming, I found a lot of joy in networking. Again, seeing something that was a passion project of mine kind of come to life, and meeting new people and building community. I really just started to feel a lot better, and it brought me out of a really, really dark place. And so now that's why I'm still on Twitch. I don't need any sort of validity here on Twitch to appreciate what I have. I'm very aware of where I was before Twitch and where I'm at now. And even though there's moments on Twitch that, I'm not most fond of, because, drama comes everywhere, but like to know the people that are still here and that I, support me and that I support them and appreciate them, like they're what has made this worth it. So yeah, that's kind of my little journey of mental health.
Yeah, it's a really interesting story because I am an audiovisual graduate. So at some point in my life, when I was like in my early 20s, I was asked to teach teenagers during the summer camp or summer school, some acting classes. I've had to also help a lot of people. Well, not help actually. Like I discovered that some of the children actually had anxiety, had like stage fright. I even like had to just tell class to just wait outside, and I went into we had like a mini chapel, and I went and sat there, and I was like, nobody's here. Feel free to act. Feel free to act. And then I made like a sign with my hand, and I made made them enter one by one, slowly, just to make that person feel not overwhelmed, but like slowly build his character and slowly make him feel comfortable. So that helped a lot. And I know that socializing with people, talking with people builds a lot of that community, which is why actually audiovisual and like theater and those actually built my personality, actually solidified my communication, which is why I'm a big extrovert. I'm very talkative, I'm very communicative, and sometimes the culture I come across as like offensive or like maybe as rude or bold because of the culture. Since you mentioned drama, I've been through a lot of drama this year, and I really want to just move forward. I cannot wait till the year ends so I can just hopefully 2026 would be better, because I've been told that 2026 for Leo is hopefully regarded as being better than 2025, even though I read that 2025 based off of like zodiac and those is gonna be good but also bad, and all I've had so far was like just 80% bad and the rest is good. So there's a lot I'm just purging out recently, and I'm moving on. And at some point, you remember when I was doing the partner push, that kind of triggered my anxiety so much. I was tiring myself. I got to a point where I'm like, I had anxiety attacks sometimes during the night, and my astral projection kind of came back. I haven't told anybody this is the first time I mentioned that. It kind of came back, and I kind of like almost had sleep paralysis again, and I was like pressuring myself, and I felt like just giving up at some point. But when I saw it like self-therapy with like, I vented to cousins and I told like some religious people, and they helped me like just by praying. That helped me a lot. Like after my birthday, everything just fell apart, and I'm like, I had a hard time convincing myself that why did it all collapse, how it all happened. And now I'm torn between like wanting to start again or just moving on. But like the stronger part of me is saying just like enjoy what you have, because I used to do like 6 or 8 hour long streams. I want it to be easy, but also like I don't want to stream until like I make it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it's just like super stressful, because most of the people in chat don't interact, and how Twitch changed their rules around. You have to be active every 30 minutes for it to count, at least. And this is why I tend to do like giveaways every 30 minutes when I have some. That kind of helps a bit, but there's a very strong part of me saying like, let it go, or just it'll happen, or maybe seek some help from people that you're very close with. So I don't know.
That change has been tough, because I've seen friends who are streaming, and I'll see that within the list there's 20 people, but it's only counting like 11 or 10.
Yeah, there's a program that someone gave me. It's an add-on for the browser. Hold on, let me pull the program up with her in her chat. And it also shows the actual number of people. Like for example, let's say someone has 20, it says 20 people, but it shows in brackets 40 people, for example. I noticed that last stream for myself. Like I had, for example, in brackets I had 60 or 70 people, even 80, but in fact it said 45, for example.
Yeah.
It's called Enhancer. I will forward it to you. It's like, it's kind of like an add-on.
Okay.
And it shows, like, let's say you got a raid. Those are the sleeper viewers, the lurkers that don't count sometimes. Like it can fluctuate. If Twitch isn't doing the stupid thing that they're doing right now, I think it would have been easier, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. But if it happens, it happens. I don't want to push myself into it again, even though I'm dying for it. But I always go back into convincing myself that just do whatever you feel like doing. Don't pressure yourself, because it's gonna kill me at some point.
Yeah, the burnout comes through.
Yeah. Anyways, go guys, go check out Gamer Papi on Twitch. Literally the episode handle. The episode should come out soon because we're recording on October 30. I don't know if today or tomorrow is officially Halloween, but I know it's one of those days. So we're recording on a Thursday. Hopefully, probably next Wednesday, it should be out. And go check him out. Go follow him. Drop him a follow. Gamer Papi, tell everybody what days do you stream? What times should they expect you?
Yeah, I stream Sunday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. On the weekends, I'll usually start at 12 p.m. So that's Sunday. And then on the weekdays, usually after 6 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern, okay. I don't know what that means, but I could do the math with Pacific time, but I don't know if you guys underwent the daylight savings time, but now it's like there's a little bit of difference, because how I count it is, mom told me, like for example, now it's 22:44 for me, like 20 that's the time. So mom told me, like, add 2 hours and then flip the time of day, so it probably would be noon PST right now. But since the daylight saving time happened, it probably has 1 hour less than that. So I don't go based off of it anymore.
Yeah, it's always hard.
Yeah.
It has to be us that we do the daylight savings.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And the big thanks goes to Gamer Papi for being on this episode.
Thank you, Blue.
Of course. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.